Alright, 115,
What's it about?
getting our shit together.
We're getting organized.
Getting organized,
Yeah.
which means many different things.
Cause see, look, Chris is embarking on a journey to get his shit together.
Yeah, and it's not even by choice, by necessity. Just because, with my job, my stress load, my workload, it's not gonna minimize. So therefore,
I gotta maximize.
I have to maximize my abilities and eat healthier. Start taking my lunch instead of eating fucking fast food for lunch every fucking day. Start making some more healthier dinners and shit because I am feeling like 33 and I usually don't feel 33.
Right.
Right. So that's part of like having that fucking, you got a budget and you got to write down the list and be all the dope.
But it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
It's a discipline, like you said. You've been taking the easier way out by going to these fast food joints, by eating freeze meals or whatever, by
not even just fast food.
Yeah.
Chinese, pizza.
Yeah, there you go.
Chicken.
There you go.
Burgers.
There you go, man. You've been.
And I haven't been balancing it out with like working out and shit because I'm fucking tired from work. Like my work is fucking physical, mental,
exactly,
exhausting.
man. You've been having lunch with Satan this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
And he cooks good, but in the end, it fucks up your stomach.
Exactly, that's how it is.
And your heart.
That's how devil's deals are, man. At first
Physically.
they taste good, they look good, but then they don't.
Suffering doesn't. Yeah.
It's not worth
It's
it.
just like a hangover.
It's not worth
Just
it.
like
bro.
alcohol. Coming soon, an episode talking about alcoholism.
And then how do you feel? You feel like shit to the point where you're like, man, I gotta get my shit together. Exactly, bro. So all that taking the easy way out, it worked for a little bit, but you see that in the long run, it's not. I wanna go the long distance. I wanna do this for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to maximize myself. So I got discipline now. Now, like you said, instead of going out eating with Satan, I gotta go home and cook a sandwich every now and then. Go learn how to bake a piece of chicken breast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go and learn how to make a turkey burger. You know what I'm saying? Go and learn how to make some healthy pizza. On my own. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like nothing like crazy. It's just regular shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I showed you my menu for what I eat and you looked at it, you'd be like, that doesn't look like it's all that healthy. Like it
or
is
difficult. It doesn't look difficult.
It doesn't look healthy, but it is. You know what I'm saying? My food is good and good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Also, besides so diet is. What you take is. What's crazy is they say you are what you eat, right?
You are what you eat. Yeah.
And I eat pizza all the fucking time, and sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh shit, my face has turned into a pizza. I got pimples and shit. I'm pizza face.
That's another thing. Another side effect of eating these bad foods, bro, is that you ain't gonna look pretty for no more.
It affects you now. It's not like even when I was young.
You might gain weight. You might break out. You might end up feeling bloated. You might feel lazy. You might start feeling stressed out because of the way this food is hitting you. All these sugars hitting from all these this shit you don't need. You know what I'm saying? Also, another way that I learned of getting your shit together is like you know how the Asians have those bonsai trees. You know what I'm saying? Those trees you can get, and you put them in your house and they'll never die. But maybe once a week, you got to maintain them, trim that shit. Keep a little accessories. That in itself is an act of self-love. You know what I'm saying? Because that that little decoration makes your house look pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you take the time out to pay attention to it and make it look neat, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it's cleaned up and shit just once, twice a week. That's you putting in love to yourself and your house and all at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
That's good, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say it's always good to. Okay, so what's being taken away from us is the ability to work for something, and we need to work for something. We need to cook so that we can enjoy the meal even more. We need to go to a fucking place to work and not stay home so we can appreciate our home.
I've been seeing memes lately that people cry about, like you take 2 hours to prepare the meal and then and then you eat the whole meal in 5 minutes and then you're cleaning for 30 minutes and people cry about that. Like, yo, that's where the discipline is at. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I'm gonna get up and make a whole meal, cut up the ingredients, bake what I gotta do, get these dishes dirty, and I'm gonna clean them, and I'm gonna eat I'm gonna enjoy my meal.
Yeah, and eating it in 5 minutes is not a good idea. Like you told me, I need to eat slower.
Yeah, you need
to think about the ingredients.
Well, like you said, you don't know how to breathe right.
Right, so I'm not even breathing. I'm just
you just vacuuming.
I'm deep throating fucking chicken and
Hey,
shit.
there you go.
You know?
You said it best. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to deep throat a tostada.
You know what I'm saying? So
Maybe dreams come true.
you know, you gotta. It's hard, man. It's like prison eating, like, cause I grew up around people that would just eat real fast and shit. Like somebody's gonna take their fucking food.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna take my fucking food.
Yeah, bro. You didn't grow up in like a foster home, bro, or a boys' home or something like that.
Right.
Like, we didn't grow up in the hood like that. Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. Also,
yeah, you
getting
like
your shit together. I would like to be more fucking punctual, whether that be with friends, but also at work.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like just being more punctual is just like, cause I mean everybody respects punctuality, man.
Yes.
And me being on the other side of it, I understand it, and it's annoying, and it's like it's this thing that's with me, like it's been with me since I was a kid. Like my dad's always late. It affected my sister. It's like this generational curse, this little curse that I gotta combat and actively
and that's a discipline,
be against it.
And that's obviously a discipline too. And that's a discipline, like I said, that makes you look like people respect that. Oh,
Right.
you know, he about to show up on time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He makes it on time. He's gonna apologize when he's not on time. He's not gonna make up some bullshit excuse, make a joke about it. He's gonna say, you know what, ain't no bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I try to get here on time. I'll try to do better next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if everybody was fucking off time, the fucking world would collapse. Like, it would be pissed off and nothing would be on time. And we need people to be on time for the world to fucking work. And why not be a working part of that system?
Exactly. You know, it's cliche and it's cheesy, but you gotta be the change you want to see. You know what
Right,
I'm
you don't
saying?
want to be like, if we're all gears in the system, right? You don't want to be a fucking rusted out gear that's going to affect somebody else in a negative way. And then you start fucking up a whole part of it. It's just like contagious.
Yeah.
And so if you want to set positive, influence. I also want to set positive influence for my son. Because, he's watching everything.
Yeah,
I do.
you know
And
what
that's
I'm
just like I
saying?
watch everything my parents do.
Yeah, you know exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's why you do have to carry yourself a certain way. You know, like it's a cliche, but it's also true that once you have kids, you no longer live for you live for them. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do is gonna affect them 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So you do have to carry yourself a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had kids, I would for sure start feeling, okay, where are the holes in my whatever? You know what I'm saying? Where am I not a good example?
Where are the chinks in your armor?
Yeah, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanna clean up my act so my kids can say, oh, you know what, my dad had his act cleaned up, so and he seemed to be a dude who had a well put together dude.
Right.
I wanna be like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking back to our dads who were like, they were cool, but they were kind of like, they were assholes sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were, but that's the sad part about it is that that's where you want to change it. Because see, what made them cool is the same thing that made them neglectful fathers. They were so social, they got along with everybody, you know what I'm saying? They were Mr. Party, you know what I'm saying? But they would rather be doing that than go be father, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can still be a cool motherfucker and be liked by everybody and all this other stuff without having to do all the shit that your dad did, as in neglect you or be a player or whatever the fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing, getting my shit together is
Porn?
no flirting with girls that I shouldn't flirt with.
Yeah, that is a good thing to recognize, but that is a very bad quality, bro. That's the ultimate snake quality in a nigga, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that 1989.
Besides a thief, the kind of dude that'll try to take your lady is the worst kind of dude out there. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust that dude for shit.
Right. And I catch it, and I know I'm not. And it's just I'm gonna put that in check. That's one of the easiest things to do, right? The diet, that's tough. We're almost falling asleep. Dealing with this fucker is tough.
Because he's hungry and needs to buy some lunch. You gotta stay up.
And he ate this morning.
This podcast would be so much livelier. Romo
had some sustenance.
Yeah,
I got a good conversation going. I'm sitting there listening to it.
Sleep.
This
is like I don't know.
Like you have to fight that hoe in you. The same way that Romo has, he recognized I gotta fight the Captain Sable hoe with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Two different things, but see, they both end up the same way. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? They're just
right.
bad dudes.
Right.
Even though you're just a little work. You know what I'm saying? He trying to take someone's bitch. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true. You're trying to save someone's bitch. Nah, I'm just kidding.
He really
I
is,
can't
though.
save nobody no more.
Not no
Well,
more.
that's good, because you got your shit together. You packed it up.
I'm trying to save myself now. Exactly. Trying to be my own
Pretty
hero.
much.
Trying to be my own hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For so many years, I
What-
used to live for other people.
What made you decide that having the cape on for other people just wasn't what
What it was.
You didn't get a return on your investment.
Hmm?
You didn't get a return on your investment.
you give all your time to these people you try to save, and then but when you need some time, or when you need a ear or someone to save you, where they at? They're too busy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's in a sense, it's like I learned to give my time equal to how I received it back.
Mhm.
It's not in the sense of being petty or anything like that. It's in a sense of saving myself from much grief or anything
Right.
like
It's
that.
like how he knows that if he buys lunch, there'll always be weed and friendship here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like,
And
we'll,
it-
for sure we'll smoke 'em out.
Regardless,
I mean,
even if
like,
there's no
no
lunch.
doubt we'll smoke 'em out.
Might not be as much. I just I was fucking around. Nah, but he's right. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like you. What would you get if you kept trying to holler at other dudes' girls, bro? You can get your ass whooped one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or I'll actually get the girl and I'll find out that why would I want to be with this girl that just left her dude?
Yeah, she's gonna do the same thing to you.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
gonna be a headache. It's just like there's no good that comes out of it. I'm
Some
thinking with my
loyalty.
dick. That's the only thing.
No loyalty.
Yeah, you know, in the same way that you know, a lot of like for example, a lot of military stuff that we follow. You know, the history of military. You find out that like, yeah, some guy might decide to change sides and go snitch on his country to help us out, but in the end, we don't respect that either. No country really respects a traitor. You can't. We
Shit.
can't give you a
Benedict
home here.
Arnold.
Exactly. We
Nobody liked him at the
Yeah,
end.
we can't give you a home here, bro. You can't be trusted.
Exactly.
You turned on the people who gave you everything, who gave you where you live,
Who
fam.
made you what you are.
So what would you do to us? We don't,
Right.
you know, we're nothing to you. We're not your
Right.
people. We don't, you know what I'm saying?
And it hurts worse, bro, because he bled with us too.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
bled for America for a minute, and then he just turned on us.
You're speaking specifically on Benedict Arnold. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a. He
Well,
was,
yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would suck if you did that, and he is.
No, I'm just saying because I don't know.
It's in a sense of like, for me now, it's like I only trust people that I basically bled with. In a sense. It's to be
Oh, I
philosophy.
cut my hand right here.
He's
right
not
now.
being literal, people.
Oh,
you know,
No, but it's in
turn
a
of
sense of
phrase.
like people who have gone and have shown their loyalty to me, in a
Right,
sense.
right.
And that's just how I view it now. I don't give everybody my loyalty immediately. I question you when you come into my life. I'm like, not in a bad way, not in the sense of
Right.
like you have bad intentions. It's kind of like, okay, well, what is your purpose? You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch how you act and see how
Are you
you
just
go
here to
recording.
use me?
Yeah.
To buy you food all the time?
Or are you gonna show me a glimmer?
I just kidding.
Like, yeah, for instance, you know, I used to have an old friend that used to do that to me. You know, he used to be he used to
Mooch?
would always mooch off of me.
Mm.
And what made it worse was he would make me feel bad for not having money for, you know.
to mooch.
And he
Or
would
can
never.
mooch.
He would never reciprocate.
How he's like, oh, if you were my boy, you have me, dog.
Yeah,
like,
you
bitch, I
would-
can't get myself. Fuck you.
Right.
You know. And would just would make me feel bad and this and that, and it's like, man, I thought this was a good friend.
Those are
And that-
toxic, manipulative people.
Yes.
Was it Gibby?
Huh?
Was it Gibby?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
It was Gibby?
It was mainly, okay, maybe it was two people.
Who was it?
Well,
Takey.
we don't like saying his name.
Givey and takey.
Oh, the white dude.
Yeah.
And Gibby?
Yeah, Gibby sometimes.
Give me.
No,
Gibby.
no,
Oh.
Gibby would always, he would never smoke a bro. He would never. He would
Gibby-
always
Gibby
pitch.
was like his best homie. When
That's the one thing I could say about him is he would always have something on him. Like he would never mooch off you like that. He would always feel like a bum. That's what he always used to tell me.
He was pretty cool, but he was one of those cool dudes that ended up getting a girl to the girl runs him now. It's one of those.
No, we can be real about it. No, she runs him straight up.
No,
Like,
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. She
Yeah.
runs him. She runs him. You know,
yeah, let's be real about it. You know, yeah,
he's
she
probably
does.
still a nice guy too.
So that's how I was,
She broke a piece of mine, bro. Like
A piece as in like his bong.
it was my very first one that I ever got, bro. She
a pipe, a
on
weed pipe,
purpose.
y'all.
Or
Probably.
Well, no.
It's probably like it's either him or me.
In all generalness, at the moment, probably it was by accident. 'Cause she didn't mean to, but in her mind, she's like, "No, fuck that. I did that on purpose." Because she never
She-
liked us smoking weed.
Mm.
She used to make it to seem like we were the problem, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like she wanted him to get his shit together, but using us as like, no, get your shit together because you know they're bad influences. You
Yeah,
know,
that's not
you-
being. She just wants to boss him around.
Pretty much.
She's not trying.
She made him
she-
think
yeah,
that
she's
he's getting your shit together.
Yeah, she's trying to control him. She's trying to make him think that I'm helping you get. I'm just trying to control you. I'm trying to mold you into what I want you to be.
and then always threaten to break up with him and all this other bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Man.
I ain't trying to spill the tea or whatnot, bro. But you know,
The tea's been
But
spilled.
yeah, but getting your shit together, it involves love life, and it involves
That
not
too.
letting women take control of you or man or whatever.
But also
you're
you
into.
too. You want to make sure you're not someone that's
Taking
that's
control.
trying to get in relationships because I want to control somebody
Right.
or that I want
Advantage.
to, you know.
or
that-
that I'm gonna have to keep crying back to just to get back with. It's like, nah, can
Yeah.
we be civil adults? Can we talk it out? And if you're not mature enough to do that, then I don't fucking
No good
Yeah.
sex is worth that
like,
stress.
Yeah, like if you were ever to get with bootleg Ramona, bro, like it wouldn't work because why? Because all that extra stress it would be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Like there would be no, you know what I'm saying? Like where's the respect? Are you trying to control me or we trying to be together? You know what I'm saying? She's
Mhm.
you know someone that doesn't know what they want to do with themselves definitely is not ready to go be with somebody else.
And that's what I'm figuring out with a lot of these.
And
a lot of
that's-
these girls, bro, they're looking for somebody to either control them or whatever, or they
Be
want
their
somebody
sugar
that they
daddy.
can control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know, and that's why, Chris, once you jump out of that, once your intentions become more aligned the right way,
Mhm.
the universe will put a woman in your life.
Right.
And which
what
I
I
don't mind helping people out, but again, it's got to be reciprocated. You know, I'm not asking. For
Well,
sex.
if
I'm just asking
it's
for-
constant,
Not
you want to
even- not
reciprocate it.
even-
But
not even
sometimes
handy.
Nah.
you don't ever like if my sister needs help. I mean, I know she has me, but I'm not gonna expect reciprocation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, in a sense, it's like people would think, well, reciprocation. You think like a sexual. No.
No, I just mean money. Like if I loan her money, I'm not gonna expect her to pay me back.
Well,
Maybe.
that's your
Oh,
sister.
Fuck, yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
hold
that's
on, hold
your
on.
sister. That's family. That's different.
You're right.
For a friend,
If bootleg Ramona asks for money, I better get that shit back. Hold on.
yeah, no, fuck that. You know,
I feel what you're saying.
even if she
and
didn't pay me back, then well, you know what? I got off cheap.
the reciprocation of respect too.
Then I know not to loan you money no more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I paid you to get rid of you. Then
This guy here.
to show your true colors.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Just to speak it metaphorically, but nah, I mean, I can see that. But for a friend, as far as like you know, they're listening. They're good friends. I have no intentions on anything like that or whatnot, but hey, would I keep you around as a friend? As long as you show that you're a good friend and we can keep it that way if you want to keep it that way or whatever. And that'd be nice. I wouldn't mind that.
Also, getting your shit together. Like I used to like smoke nothing but blunts and joints, but my finances did not reflect that habit.
Now you do the trifecta.
Yeah, because in other words, you're packing fat bowls and you should probably be like,
Like, do I really need to get this high? Like, is it just at a certain point you're getting high, you don't have to just keep smoking it.
yeah, we agree this is something that does need to be addressed by a lot of people. You know, whether am I smoking because hey, you know what, I could use the smoke, I've earned it, or am I just basically taking advantage of it? You know what I'm saying?
You might just do it and just do it.
Just because it's there,
Yeah.
you know, like there's people who eat like that. People who just
Right.
eat food, man. It's there. I'm gonna munch on it, and they go, damn, I need to stop eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Just because when I first started getting a weed in a big amount, yeah, bro, I packed fat bowls, 2-3 hits, and just like be like, and then I realized, bro, I'm like killing my day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could take 2 hits, maybe even 1, and still get a little high going, but still go about my day.
Right, still get shit
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
and it'd be better.
Yeah.
than not doing
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember there'd be times where we'd be ready to go out, you know, we're pre-gaming and then we take 3 fat riffs and then you know what, I don't even want to go anywhere anymore. I'm not even in the mood to go do what we're doing. Now I'm not hyped anymore. Now I just want to vibe.
Yeah.
You know, and it's go ahead.
It's like we should have
No,
waited
interrupt
until we
the
got back or some shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and this would be off that. As far as like getting your shit together, yeah, I mean you can include that too, because I would smoke too much too, and I wouldn't be able to balance my day out right. But getting my shit together, as far as like balancing my schedule right, as far as like you
Making
know,
time to watch Peaky Blinders so you can watch it with your friends.
that, but it's in a sense of finding the balance of doing research, recording, being dad, and working out, and doing what you need to do as far as balancing.
Plus,
lifestyle.
because you also need time to do nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to just do
That
nothing.
because and he's right. It is about a balance. You know, it isn't just about me learning. You know, universal secrets every day. Like, you know what, I need to stay in shape and keep my shit together and organize my living area. So there's gonna be. I am gonna take maybe Monday, Tuesday to do the studying and the watching of lectures and whatnot and the trippy stuff. But the next few days, I'm gonna be doing chores. I'm gonna be cleaning up the house. I'm gonna make sure I work out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you have balance. You don't want to just allow yourself to be a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? That's another part about getting your shit together is knowing that, hey, I don't want to just be one-dimensional either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because like I said, once you start organizing the inside and the outside will come too. You start wanting to organize your house a little more. You start wanting to add some art. You start wanting to add things that represent you. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna want to add more things to make the house look more pretty. You know what I'm saying? And maintaining these things is gonna be what brings you joy. You're gonna see that that's where the joy is at. It's not once again. The joy is not in the destination; it's in the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the I'm too high to whatever. Yeah, but basically, that's the best way to put it. You know what I'm saying? It's about realizing that while you're doing this work and taking the time and doing it the right way, you know you're doing things the right way. You're doing things in a way that the universe is vibing with. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it in a rush. You're not doing it just to show off. You're not doing it just because you're doing this because it's like a work of love. You know, it comes from your heart. It's a way to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I take pride in that. Like for me, when people come here and they say, "Man, I get a real homely vibe from this place." You know what I'm saying? Like that to me says that the work pays off. You know what I'm saying?
Feng shui.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when like I said, where people need to find the joys in doing the routine. You know what I'm saying?
Taking pride in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also understanding too, when you get your shit together, you're gonna make some sacrifices.
Yeah, Chris.
Like
it sucks.
At first.
I'll tell you right now, what's odd for me sometimes, and this is part of the balance, is I have not slept more than maybe 5 hours a night.
Why do you do that?
I mean, I've done that since I've been fucking 12, 13 years old.
Is that why you're crazy? Or, no, just kidding. Don't you need at least fucking 7 or 8 hours of sleep?
That's why I never hit the growth spurt.
No.
That's how you grow, son.
And I'm
sleeping more than 7
I'm
hours.
a household full of hobbits, bro. I wasn't gonna get no taller than 5'7".
Oh,
Ha! Not there. Yeah. He's adding a few inches to that.
No, I'm saying if I did. I'm a household full of hobbits.
I was gonna top off at 5'7".
Yeah.
That would have been I feel you.
I would have topped off at that.
I feel you.
But yeah, as far as like getting it all together, fuck man, I lost my train of thought.
My bad.
God damn it.
You're getting your shit together. You sleep 5 hours and
There it goes. I've done it since I was young. Like
Right.
I would get up early for powerlifting and doing it for football or doing it for other things. And then when Joshua came into my life, that was when I really started getting up early.
Well, you're getting up early, but you're also going to sleep late if you're only getting 5 hours.
Yeah, I am going to sleep late because I'm having to make sure Joshua's good and also having to stay up late to finish up my homework. And then even when I went to college for the one semester that I went, I still was doing the same thing.
So why do you go to sleep late now?
I'm just always up. No. It's just...
Yeah, you need to... That's one thing...
It's a balance of like, well, for one, I had the kids home for a week, and that threw me off my sleep schedule. And then my dad wants to decide to start doing flooring, so that's throwing my sleep schedule off again. And then when I don't quell thoughts throughout the day, it'll keep me up. So,
Sounds like you need some
gotta meditate.
melatonin. No, I'm just kidding. That's something.
it's again making sacrifices on certain things. It's like going to bed earlier, so I can wake up earlier and then go to work. So.
Yep.
But also cutting out the sugars and things that are keeping me up.
Yeah. I also think part of it is having you can't just, because I enjoyed just being by myself for years and years and years and not socializing. And I think getting your shit together is when you have to spend time with other people, like your family, and putting in that effort, that love seat, because you don't realize that you're going to want it back. And so that means like making friends and sustaining those friends and You know, like that was like totally not what I was used to doing.
Mm.
I was very isolated.
And see, I find it weird when I sleep more than like.
She didn't even listen to anything I fucking said. You're still thinking about fucking sleep.
Damn.
I'm talking about making friends and shit. I'm talking about you guys.
I'm listening.
Thank you.
I'm listening. I know what's going on. I know Romo is
So you have to make fucking friends, Romo, because I didn't used to like having fucking friends. I used to like being by myself all the fucking time, smoking weed alone, watching dark fucking videos on YouTube.
Well, I thought you were talking about me for a second.
smoking like an ounce a week
Yeah, just smoking by myself
By
and shit and
myself.
being depressed and lonely
by
and
myself.
complaining.
By myself.
Yeah. And so I think getting your shit together means you have to fucking socialize and you have to have meaningful relationships, whether that be just friendships or family or...
I think that's just a human nature thing.
Yeah, but to be a healthy human, you have to do that, but everything is going against that right now.
Mm.
Like, being antisocial is much easier than it's ever been.
Yeah, everything is so lies. People have gone completely antisocial. You know, with they work from home and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hating on that. You know, that's what's up. You know, if you work from home.
But then they won't even go, some people won't even go to the store then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You work from home.
Shit delivered to their
Order, to your house.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. It's like how too much progression in technology and making things easier can actually be a bad thing. You know, it can make it too easy to become lazy. Because why? Because we don't get disciplined. You know, we just want to look at the smartphone, right? No one, we'll walk around, bro. 80% of the population is just looking down all the time.
We don't have to remember anything anymore. We don't have to remember phone numbers. We don't have to remember facts because you can just look it up real quick.
Pretty much.
Or just lie.
As long as it's
People won't even really call, bro. Come on, I say you can lie because people are so lazy they won't even confirm you're bullshitting. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you're like a credible person that they say you're credible.
quote unquote credible.
Yeah.
This is why he never can get away. He gets away with that with everybody else. Everybody else believes his bullshit, but I'm like, man, I know you're bullshit.
It's like,
You're lying, sir. CNN over here.
Oh, man. You can't prove it.
yeah, I Google that shit.
I'll just Google
I
it.
go it.
Can't even do that anymore. DuckDuckGo has decided to start censoring Russian disinformation.
Oh wow.
They've been bought out, son.
So who do we go to next?
Might as well go back to fuck it. Might as well just start typing in safe searches.
No, I'm gonna go to what was the
Ask Jeeves.
No, there was another
Yahoo.
one. There was another one.
So in getting my shit together, it's just pretty random. So I shouldn't buy these Death Stars then.
And you shouldn't buy
Why would you buy a Death Star?
$600 TV.
What's a Death Star?
Oh, those Death Star gummies, bro. Those Death
No,
Star
because
No.
they might not be good and you already have weed and you're just getting greedy.
How high do you need to get? You could whatever
Bro, but
money
it's 250 milligrams.
whatever money you're about to spend on that gummy, which is like probably like $50
Save it.
for maybe a solo serving. You could buy 5 G's and you could throw keef on that shit and you'll get high as dirt.
And it'd be more fun because you can actually like.
I guess.
And
It's the earning the high because it's too like you
I
just
can earn
eat
that
it.
high too.
and
if
yes,
you gotta go to
buying a
work.
TV,
No, but you
buying
know-
a TV. What's wrong with TVs you got? You know what I'm saying?
It's not 75 inches.
You don't need 75.
What are you saying?
You
Richard?
shut the fuck
You've
up.
already got horrible vision, and see, in the long run, you're gonna make your eyes even worse.
I mean, wouldn't that make me closer to God then?
Nope, God's not blind. It would make closer
But
to
he'll
the
make
devil.
me blind and
He
make me
wants-
closer to him.
Nah,
Show
bro.
it to his light.
I don't think so.
No, that's the devil's light. The black box. Look at that.
Black
Demon.
mirror.
That's a demon. That's a black mirror. That's the demon box. You know what I'm saying?
They'll consume you.
But imagine the graphics when I'm playing on
So also getting your shit together is also like
We
cutting
never
back,
played big games at your house.
cutting back on
I do.
electronic usage.
No one but you would see it. What's the point?
Joshua season.
He would.
It's worse for him. He doesn't
Yeah.
need that shit.
He's good.
Taking care of your fucking kids. People
You got
taking care of
kids.
their
You got
if you got kids. You know.
And that's why you want to get your shit together. You know?
Right.
You say that, like you said, if someone's watching me and, I don't want to, this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I went to court to make sure I got custody rights and shit. You know, some people would think it's just easier just to let the situation go. But anything worth having is worth struggling for. And that's why I still sometimes have to, I get into it with my son's mom and I have to try to be the bigger man all the time.
That's a big discipline when it comes to. I mean, relationships are hard enough, but having to deal with a baby mama, I can only imagine. Especially like you said, we're not gonna be together, and we have to find a way to work it out with the kids. that requires, I think, a lot of discipline. It's well, if you're gonna try and be fair, right?
Right.
Not be the one where like I want give me all the custody or
right, in spite. But because then I could be like, no,
Yeah.
no, you did me dirty and da da da.
Because like in my family we have drama where like obviously it's always like, well, I want all the custody, so go fuck yourself. And then there's obviously gonna be a lot of
Right.
So I'm used to that. So when I hear about people that want to work it out, you know what I'm saying. Even with me, when my parents got divorced, they for a while wanted to argue about who's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying. And that fucked me up too. That fucks the kids up, bro. That fucks the kids up a lot. And I think that there's some trauma there,
So did they ever ask you, like they said, hey, where you want to go?
See, here's where it was worse. They never, well, they did, and I was gonna say my mom, right? But like
Naturally,
when I would go visit my dad, he would always try to be like,
make you guilty.
kind of like bribe me, like, oh, you want the PlayStation, we can get you one over here, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like the games, you just gotta stay here.
I used to love to go to Chili's all the time. He was like, we go to Chili's more often if you were over here,
But that's not even as a kid, we know that that's not what happiness is.
Yeah, because
my dad would have got me all that shit too,
and,
but I was like, no, I'd rather be with my mom where I know she's not gonna be fucking a bunch of hoes and shit and leaving me alone.
As I'm hearing this shit, like as a kid, I'm like, this isn't right.
We know it's game. It's
and my
crazy kid know.
But then also it's not good because my mom, she also soured me onto him. She would always talk negative. Yes, you know what I'm saying. And so I think with that dude, it fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not right for a kid to do that. And I think I would have been a lot more quote unquote well put together.
Well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded if my parents had tried to have some kind of like, okay, we're gonna agree that you see him here, you see him here. Right. And we're not gonna argue with each other, and we're not gonna
argue in front of him.
Yeah, or we're not gonna call each other and like, why did you say this or blah blah blah. This because my mom would. I remember one time my dad took me to because he used to go to Catholic church. My mom used to go to Christian church. And one time I went to the Catholic church, and you gotta do when you go to Catholic, you gotta do the whole thing. You gotta you hold the Bible, you gotta do the thing, everyone stands, and you gotta kneel. And I told my mom that that's what we were doing, and she got mad.
Oh, really?
She's like, he had you kneeling for his God? Like, I mean, it's not like that, But,
yeah, she kind of blew it up out of proportion.
Yeah, my mom, like I said, the women on my mom's side of the family, the whole people, they're always looking for.
Because on the bright side, you look, okay, well, you're gonna see that the kid will see that there's like some weird shit sometimes. Not hating on any kind of, but you just gotta let the kid decide. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them pick if they're gonna be fucking Catholic or Christian or whatever, but. So getting your shit together, you gotta handle your trauma.
That's
handle your fucking trauma, bro. Ignoring your trauma is not gonna help you get your shit together.
That was a good segue, yes, and that's a whole. I mean, that's a whole nother. Having to address your traumas. We've done that dad trauma episode, and that was.
And we kind of did one like about talking about our parents, but that was kind of like a lighthearted one, like the crazy shit they would do.
Oh yeah.
Stealing and stuff. But yeah, confronting, like a lot of people won't, instead of confronting the trauma and saying, okay, this happened to me, I'm gonna make myself better despite of it or because of it or whatever. Instead of doing that, they blame their parents, or they just keep blaming and not taking any. Okay, well, they're done with you now. Or your parents did their shit, they fucked up, but now it's up to fucking you.
Yeah. Like I know people whose parents, they were alcoholics. Their dads drank a lot, and so they almost that's almost the only reason why they do. You ask them, why did you do that? They say, well, my dad, he drank with me when I was a kid, and it just stuck with me. And it's like, so that's why you've become a complete.
But now you know better. Right? Now you
would think, right? But a lot of people do like to pull out that, that.
Well, my dad did it.
Or my parents, or this, they pull out that trauma / victim card. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is.
And people I love do, like, people related to me do this, and I'm like.
Yeah, I have people in my family that, dude, my grandma is not around anymore. She's been gone, and to this day, one of my aunts will still sit there and talk about all the bullshit that, like. Grandma was so unfair when I was young, and she made me do this, made me do that, and it's like,
And that's why I struggled in life, and that's why I'm unsuccessful, and that's why
Well, I'm pretty sure if you asked her why she's not like
happy.
why aren't you happy? Why aren't you doing better in life? She would try to say, well, you know, because you know your grandma, you know my mom, and it's like
It's the hard hand I was dealt, but you can change the hand. You fall, you get a new hand sometimes. I don't know. It's a bad analogy.
No, you just accept what was given to you, and you just go on. You go forward.
That's
Really,
what
it's
you're supposed
really
to do.
this as simple as you can put it.
Instead of looking back. Instead of always looking back.
Like all the stuff that I just said, that this probably my parents never traumatized me. I could easily take that and use it as an excuse to be a little emo kid or be a piece of shit and just say because my parents neglected me, because my dad was this, my mom was that. But I could also use that and say I know that that's not right. I know that how it made me feel wasn't right, and I don't want to. I don't want to
keep doing that.
Yes, I don't want to keep on adding to more to this trauma or this pain, creating more pain. You know what I'm saying? You wanna stop that cycle of whatever the trauma's doing. You know what I'm saying?
If you're consumed by your trauma, you're just gonna cause more trauma. You're gonna do more shit that's gonna create even more.
Have we done the episode about the generational curses?
Yeah, that was actually 111.
Okay,
breaking
that
generational curses.
and I mean that's basically what that is. You know, addressing your own traumas that might leak that have leak into family trauma is basically, you know, you're breaking generational curses. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
For example, if I'm able to hopefully have if I have children and I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't just, you know, bail out, whatever, you know, the shit, the same shit that I'll say, oh, this traumatized me.
Right,
if I don't do it back, then hey, I've broken that chain. You know, hopefully you can say that I've broken that chain.
Cycle that.
Yeah, you say that, you know, we talked about on that trauma episode. You know what I'm saying? Our dads could be bullies sometimes and whatnot.
Well, yeah, I mean, and he also like, you know, being a player and shit.
Yeah,
and fuck boy and being blamed on my dad and shit.
Exactly,
It's like your dad, you're not your dad.
Exactly,
You know?
and you don't want to be a bully to Xavier. You don't want to be a player, you know, and then you know, just look back and say, well, this guy who I quote unquote, you know, hated, I turned out to be just like him. And that's usually how it works out.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes, I got people in my blood family who are the same way. They really dislike a certain parent, and they're always talking shit about them. But at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, you're just like them.
You're a spitting image.
There you go. A spitting image.
Because I used to
that
bleeding.
wasn't on the podcast, was it?
Nah, that was on the PP personal podcast. Which I might cut up one day and just make it into like a cool little.
That's a lot of really personal shit on that.
Yeah, I would have to cut out so much.
Yeah. You don't
It
want
could be like 5 minutes long.
Yeah. Plus we said
Dude, it turned from an hour to 5 minutes.
like a YouTube video, just a 1 minute, like a short.
Just fucking tiny. But yeah, I mean that's so you were talking about physical, mental, you know, emotional, organization. I mean that's pretty much the best ways to what? What were we going?
To get your shit together.
To get your shit together. Also having one last thing about getting your shit together, I think, is you have to have some kind of spiritual relationship with the Creator.
Hold it.
To get your shit together. Because if you're just on your own and you're just thinking that life is meaningless and shit, you're gonna lose steam. Even if you want it, if you're like, no, I don't need a God or Creator and I can just do this all on my own. I mean, maybe you fucking can, but all this shit was given to us and it was.
No, I think eventually you'll run into something that's bigger than you.
Yeah.
And you'll either choose not to face it, and you just live a remedial lifestyle, or you'll choose to face it and find out that faith is what's gonna get you past it.
Perfectly said.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, like you said, older people, you know, people who are 30, 40, whatever the fuck, you know, they'll tell you about they could have done this, but this one thing happened or held them back. You know?
Right.
They, you know, like he said, they had a choice. You can work, do the work, and try to overcome obstacles.
And have faith
and see what happens, right? Or you can, you know, just give up and say, well, there's no reason. I don't have any, you know, like you said, if you don't have God, it's almost like, you know, you feel like it's all on you. You know, and so some people feel like, well,
that's too much. It's too much for just
this is as much as I can possibly put in. I can put in no more, and I guess this is where my journey ends.
Right.
You know, and yeah, some people just.
So many people could have been great if they had some faith.
But
yeah. I feel like that could segue into that episode you wanted to do.
Hey, next time
Yeah, we could.
we'll do God.
We could.
Yeah.
Right now it's hot. All right.
All right,
Episode what?
115.
115.
Love y'all, man.
Yay,
I got
yay.
heated and I gotta cut some shit out. Peace.